Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Back for another video. On the road once again. This time I'm in my sister's car, evident by whatever this is right here. Not sure what that is. But today's video, I'm gonna be talking about how to hold a conversation. This really applies to anyone, but more specifically with women. I can probably make a video for each topic. Again, I can definitely milk this content because it's very milkable, and I probably will eventually shamelessly. But yeah, today's video is kind of about how do you talk to women, how do you keep a good conversation going, and how to build attraction and build chemistry through conversation. All right, so if I were to summarize this lesson I'm giving y'all today in one word, it's just listening. All right, and listening, it may seem easy. You're in school all day every day and you're listening to the teacher tell you this. You're listening. Growing up, they always tell you have 2 ears and 1 mouth because you're supposed to listen twice a morning you talk. So we get that nailed in our head, at least in America, about listening. But I've kind of realized a lot of dudes nowadays, we're not very good at listening, all right? And just from what I've heard from some of my female friends and women in my life, dudes are not very good at listening. When I've gone on, double dates and stuff like that, bro, the dudes are just not very good at listening anymore, bro. Like nowadays, I think if you're a woman watching this, you may have experienced this, but nowadays you'll have dudes going on dates with girls and they'll just be the whole time talking about themselves. I'm the head of the debate team. I bench 245. I have 3 cars. Let's not do that, bro. Let's not do that. Because right there, it makes it look like you're trying to sell yourself to her, all right? It makes you look selfish, first off, self-centered. And obviously, girls want to be with a guy who has some confidence, don't get me wrong. And you want to have confidence in yourself, but ego is just not, having a big-ass ego is just not what you want to do. But more importantly, it makes you look like you're trying to sell yourself to her. If you're really that guy, you shouldn't have to sell yourself to her. She should already know. And secondly, when you do that, it kills the mystery in the relationship, all right? Women, they like trying to figure you out, all right? You want to think of yourself as a book, all right? Women, when they're dating you, they want to treat you like a book. They want to try to flip page by page. Oh, this is a good read. What's on the next page? Is he this? Is he that? They're trying to figure you out as a person by opening your book, reading page 1, reading page 2, getting into the book, all right? They don't want you to come up here and give you a damn summary of the book. Like, imagine I hand you a book, all right, and instead of letting you actually read the book and figure the book out on yourself and figure the emotional highs and lows and everything like that, I just tell you exactly what happens in the book. No, that's not how you're supposed to do it, all right? So what you want to do is you just want to listen, all right? It's a very easy concept, but honestly, I think nowadays it could separate you from a lot of men in that department because I feel like as men, we're getting a lot worse at listening, or maybe we just never were good at listening, I don't know, but seriously, just listening, it can really set you apart. If you need some practice, just have some female friends or just sit down and just talk to people. It's some good advice, and this goes for everyone as well. Listening just does not just apply to women, it applies to everyone, but that's kind of just the reasoning behind why you don't want to talk about yourself on a date. All right, but how do you really listen, and what does this mean? So basically, when you're listening to her, you just simply ask her a question. This applies to everyone in life, no matter who it is. If you want people to like you, ask them questions about themselves. Everyone's favorite topic to talk about is themselves. It's not because people are mean or evil or selfish or anything like that. It's just naturally we go through life in our lens. We have our experiences. We like talking about ourselves, all right? And if you're having a conversation and you're asking her about herself and she's talking about herself, she's going to be more engaged in the conversation. She's going to enjoy the conversation more, and it's going to create a more positive rapport because when she thinks of you now, she's going to associate you with positive emotions and positive conversations, fun, chemistry, and it's going to build chemistry, and it's going to also help you find out about her, okay? This is another reason why when you're on a date with her, you just want to ask her a bunch of questions and keep the conversation focused on her, okay? A, to keep the mystery. B, it'll make her associate positive things with you. But C, you're going to want to actually be able to learn about her and who she is. Nowadays, it seems like a lot of dudes, I got to get over in the lane. Nowadays, a lot of dudes, they just fall in love with what they see, all right? They see this girl, oh, she's so attractive, she looks so good, blah, blah, blah. And then they just, boom, she's automatically qualified to be their girl or to be on a second date or a third date or be a part of their life. No, that's not how you want to run it, bro. If you're on a date with a girl and you're asking her questions and figuring out about her and she's giving wonky answers, she's giving you red flag answers, giving you crazy answers, no, then you can figure out who she is and you won't have to waste your time worrying about her, obsessing over her, or trying to cuff her when she's not cuff material. You really want to be learning things about her, and I can make a whole video on what are some green flags, what are some red flags, how you can read people and potential partners and stuff like that. But you really want to be trying to think about your head. Think about not as if you're trying to sell yourself to her. You need to be thinking about yourself, hey, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I'm that guy. I need to try to figure out, is she worthy enough for me? Is she the type of girl that I want to be with, That's how you got to be thinking about things. Because also, when you're not sitting up here saying, I'm the president of the debate team, I bench 245, trying to sell yourself to her, it instead flips the dynamic. Because now when she's talking about herself and you're critiquing her, making little jokes, making playful jab, being flirty, it makes her think it's like she's trying to sell yourself to you, and it flips the dynamic. Because if you're a guy, like the lady, I'm at 4-way stop, the lady just told me I could go. But if you're a high value guy and you have a good stuff going on in your life, you have a life, you want to feel like, I feel like every man's dream is they want to have a girl who really wants to be with them, who actually desires them and wants to sell themselves to him, you know? I don't really know what I'm saying about these last few minutes, but I'm kind of just going on a tangent. But seriously, guys, if you're watching this video, just listen to the woman in your life, and it'll solve a lot of your problems. Just ask questions. And when you're asking her questions, it's very easy. If you listen, it's very easy to ask questions. If you're not listening, it's going to be hard to come up with questions. So when you're talking to her, listen to what she has to say, and then ask simple questions that are open-ended, not yes or no questions. No, open-ended questions about how she felt or what that's like. Do not ask simple yes or no questions. How many dogs you have? Stuff like that. Like, obviously you can ask those type of questions, but you want to have a little bit more depth of what you're trying to say. You know? A little bit more depth of what you're trying to say. All right, another 4-way stop. Boom, just like that. Made it through the 4-way stop. I'm so tough, guys. This video is not very structured. I'm just realizing that. But all right, so you just want to listen to her and then ask a bunch of questions. If you're actually listening is a skill. It's not going to be easy, but you really have to try to immerse yourself in the conversation. I would practice mindfulness personally because it'll help you stay more present. It's just another reason, 100 billion and one reason why you should practice mindfulness and meditation. Help you stay more present. And then when you're asking questions and she says stuff, just critique her. Throw little playful jabs. Nothing hurtful, nothing sinister, nothing harsh, nothing mean. Just throw little jabs at her to be flirty, to build chemistry, to build tension. Because if you're just asking her questions about herself and there's no flirtiness or no tension, that's like a fucking job interview, bro. You want it to feel like it's, because flirtation comes from being teasing and being joking. It does not come from, hey, asking job interview questions. Hey, so why do you like the area? How long have you lived there for? No, you gotta ask open-ended questions. Just be excited, be playful, and then she'll ask you questions about yourself. I'm not saying, if you ever seen the movie Crazy Stupid Love, I saw it a few weeks ago. The main character Ryan Gosling kind of gives the other main character Steve Carell some advice where this similar advice to what I'm giving y'all now. But the guy Steve Carell, he's talking to a girl. He's like a divorced dad. He's been out the game for a little while. He's talking to the girl, and the girl's like asking him questions like, he asked him, what does she do for work? And he just won't answer it because he's so struck to the plan of only let her talk. Obviously, if she asks you a question, you can answer the question. I'm not saying you can't answer the question. Have a normal conversation, but you do want her to be doing 80% of the speaking, 70% of the speaking. You just want to let her talk, let her go off, and she'll associate more positive emotion with you. It'll help you vet her and figure out if she's the right girl for you. It'll help you not feel like you're just selling yourself and being an asshole on the date. It's just so many reasons, and just listening and asking people questions is the best way to get people to like you in your life and to make friends and just to have people associate you more positively with things. So if you're talking to someone, honestly, in my personal life, I don't really like talking about myself at all, whether it's just with men or with women or whoever it is, my grandma, my cousins. I like talking about their stuff because it makes them like you more, and also at the same time, it helps you learn more about them, and it helps you improve as a listener. So if you're a guy and you're dating out here and you want to separate yourself from a lot of these other men you see, just be a good listener, and just when you're on a date with her and when you're talking to her, ask her questions about herself and make them interesting questions. Obviously, just don't spam how is your day, obviously you can do that too, but just try to be just playful and just go with the flow. And as you improve your listening skills and your speaking skills and your question asking skills and your flirty playful skills, you'll improve and you'll get better at this stuff. But I'm just giving y'all some decent advice today. If you take one thing away from this video, listen to people when they talk. It is seriously probably the best tip that can really help you out. It can help you with women. It can help you get jobs. It can help you get internships. It can help you make friends. It can help you build a strong family connection. Listening is just so important. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and hope you guys take some of this video with you out in the world and start taking action, okay? Hope you'll have a great day. Keep your head up. Life is good. Go outside. Enjoy the sunshine. The sunshine looks beautiful today. And just enjoy the people around you and the things around you, because life is a beautiful gift. All right. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.